A good friend and falcon veterinarian wrote that an obsession for birds of prey is usually ignited at some impressionable stage during your youth. I was 9 years old when I decided to become a wildlife veterinarian, but Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom and the book My Side of the Mountain excited my passion for birds of prey and catapulted me into the world of falconry, raptor medicine, and dreams of faraway places. Once ignited, this passion often shapes the very core of one's life. In 2001, I interviewed for a job at the Dubai Falcon Hospital. I returned home with contract in hand on September 10th. However, the events of September 11th forever changed my life. I never signed the contract to return to the United Arab Emirates, but when I left in 2001, I felt like I left a piece of me there. It took nearly 13 years to return, but I did so as a sponsor, guest, and speaker for the 2014 International Festival of Falconry in Abu Dhabi. Following a long plane ride, I arrived at the Abu Dhabi International Airport in the middle of Nite. From there, I and 800 other falconers from 80 countries were bused to the middle of the desert. Desert camp was designed to simulate a traditional Bedouin falconry camp. I hardly slept the first night and awoke early to wander around the camp, to enjoy the sounds of falconers and falcons waking up in the morning, the sounds of jackals on the edge of the camp, salukis barking, and the ever-present smell of Arabic coffee brewing. And then there was a bathroom and shower situation. We'll talk about it in a moment. Falconry is the taking of quarry with trained birds of prey. In 2010, it was added to the list of intangible cultural heritages of mankind by UNESCO. I've been a falcon for nearly 26 years and have treated species from all over the world. However, few events in my professional life will ever compare to this event. The bathroom situation. This was a combination bathroom and shower, and I just have one question. Why is there sand on the toilet seat, and why is there toilet paper on the floor? I felt sorry for the people that didn't have my training in Shaolin Kung Fu and my tiger crane technique to allow me to balance on one foot while showering, using the facilities, and all on one foot to limit contact with the floor. As an invited speaker and guest to the Falconry Festival, all of my expenses were covered. My only responsibility was to give a 1-hour talk to falconers and veterinarians from around the world. 1 hour later, I was free to enjoy the remainder of the festival. It was a tough job, but someone had to suffer. That was me. For the remainder of the festival, I tried to soak up every aspect of Arab culture and falconry that I could. Every waking hour was spent with Emirati falconers, both old and young, and with various falcon species, including peregrine falcons, gyr falcon and peregrine falcon hybrids, and sacred falcons, which are the traditional falcon used in Arab falconry. Of course, no adventure into Arab falconry would be complete without the obligatory camel ride into the desert to hunt traditional game, the houbara bustard. Currently, it is illegal to hunt houbara in the United Arab Emirates because they are considered critically endangered and have been nearly wiped out on the Arabian Peninsula. Just in case you don't know what a houbara bustard is or looks like, this is it. It's a medium-sized bird that weighs about 1 to 2.5 kilograms. If you're wondering why the houbara is highly sought after by Arab falconers, it's not that its meat is reportedly delicious, but note to all animal species around the world, if your meat is considered an aphrodisiac, you might become critically endangered. Due to its light wing loading and ability to change direction on a dime, the houbara takes the falcon on a long-winded flight and attempts to escape by tiring the falcon so that it gives up the chase. Its downfall is when it often lands to face and attempt to bluff the falcon. However, note to all houbara, this is not, and I repeat, this is not a good strategy. Since houbara are critically endangered, Arab falconers look to new and innovative techniques to train their falcons. I give you the Robara, a remote-controlled simulation of the houbara in flight. Interestingly, falcons treat the houbara as if it were real. On occasion, the houbara had to be repaired after taking a vicious hit and strikes by well-conditioned and determined falcons. But it doesn't just stop with the Robara. Arab falconers and falconers all around the world use the remote-controlled planes and drones to train their falcons. The falcon become well-conditioned by luring it into the sky to chase after a plane or drone with a piece of food. And once the falcon catches up to the plane or drone, it grabs the food and it's released and is allowed to descend to the ground with the aid of a small parachute. After 4 days of Arab falconry bliss, all sponsored guests left the desert camp and were taken to the Aloft Hotel in Abu Dhabi City, the capital of the United Arab Emirates. From there, sponsored guests were transported to the festival site, where we were asked to represent our nation of origin in the 3rd International Falconry Festival at the Al Fursan Sports Center. Under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, the festival brought together falconers, raptor biologists and researchers, raptor enthusiasts, artists, and veterinarians, me, to discuss, encourage, and appreciate the cultural traditions of falconry and raptor health around the world. Falconry is a centuries-old practice, so Abu Dhabi was the perfect environment for this international gathering of falconers. Near the end of each day, each country or region was given the opportunity to put on their national and traditional dress, march in an impressive parade of falconers. The national traditional dress for North America, of course, the polo shirt, jeans, khakis, and of course, running shoes. While out of place in the desert and not used for falconry, our national symbol played a prominent role as I and other falconers from the US and Canada represented falconry in North America as part of the North American Falconers Association. Here I'm doing a flight demonstration with the bald eagle for Emirati and expatriate school children attending the festival. On the last day of the Falconry Festival, all sponsored guests were treated to a lavish gala dinner at the Al Fursan International Sports Resort. The food and the entertainment were spectacular. To say that the hospitality of the Emirati people and the Emirati falconers is unmatched is an understatement. This is truly an event that will be indelibly etched into my memory. The festival is also a welcome opportunity to catch up with good friends. One in particular is Mohammed, the director of the Dubai Falcon Hospital, where I interviewed. He interviewed me for the job in 2001. The sad thing is that it only served to remind me what could have, should have, and would have been had I taken that position at the Falconry Hospital. The United Arab Emirates will always be a special place for me because everything about the UAE speaks of birds, falconry, and birds of prey, and reminds me of my childhood dreams of faraway places. The next International Festival of Falconry is scheduled to return to Abu Dhabi in 2007, and I will return, sponsor guest or not, if God wills, inshallah, of course.